and for me as well. Okay. Okay, guys. So basically, we have already introduced ourselves. Let me introduce myself. I am Devashi Shahu from Dayan Infratech. Basically, I will be your host for today's session. So we have already interacted with us, each others. Like, who are we? We are basically students. Some of us are architects. Some of us are engineers, and some of us are entrepreneurs. I see two or three people are there in this list who are entrepreneurs, and some of us are freelancers, and already some master students and also a professor has joined us. So I think this session is gonna be very interesting. So let's get started. Okay, so before we go to the main session, which is the webinar on interior design, let me just know that what are your expectations? Okay, what are your today's expectations from this session? Maybe you have come here for some knowledge, want to know something about interior designs, or maybe you have just come here out of exploration, out of curiosity. You may not be familiar with interior design, you just want to wonder what it is and what are the things that it takes to become an interior designer. So we are gonna fulfill all these expectations for these both kinds of participants here. Okay. So just let me know in the comment sections whether you are already into interior designing and you just want to gain some direct technical knowledge. You just type KKK for knowledge. And those who just want to explore, just curious about what interior design is, they just want to know that what it is actually. So you can just type in E. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. I think I just turned on my video. So sorry for that. I was late. Okay. So what are your expectations? Just let me know that. Just write KKK for knowledge and E for exploration. I'll get to know that who are participating in this particular webinar. So are you guys excited? Yeah. Okay. So most of you are new to this. Okay. Right. Okay, fine. So let me tell you something that why is this free? Why have we kept this particular webinar for free? See, in my perception, knowledge is always free, but the medium is not. Maybe the college you are enrolled to, maybe you are taking some professional trainings or you are enrolled to particular courses. So you know those mediums, those courses, those college, they cost a lot of money because they have to maintain a particular system, they have to hire tutors and all that, and they have to purchase software. So for that they had a particular cost to bear up. That's why the medium is never free. Okay, the medium through which you are going to learn, but the knowledge is always free. Why? Because you see, even if after spending lakhs of rupees, you may get zero knowledge, right? Because the knowledge which you are gaining depends upon you, how you perceive that knowledge, how you take into your own mind, and how you apply that knowledge. That's where knowledge comes from. That's how our wisdom is built, right? So knowledge is always free, and the medium is not. And the reason behind keeping this webinar free is that because I don't want that there should be some kind of economical or a fees barrier while a person, a student or an individual is willing to learn something new, right? Because if today you are interested about interior design, you just want to explore, right? That what is interior design? Maybe you are not interested at all after knowing the inner things and all those, but you just want to get a brief idea about interior design. So for that particular reason only, spending lakhs of rupees or thousands of rupees is not necessary. So that is the main aim behind today's webinar. We are gonna tell you, we are gonna track you down deep to the interior designing and what are the elements that it takes to make you an interior design. We'll look at those things. Okay, we have our architecture friend who will be guiding us on all those things in this particular webinar. So I will quickly move to the main session, but before that, I have an exciting announcement at the end of this session. So I will be quickly finishing this particular session, and just hold on and stay tuned with us to the end, because at the end of this session we have an exciting announcement for all of you. Okay, so let's get started and go to our main webinar. So I'm now going to introduce you to my friend architect Paroma Sen, who is an architect, and she will be talking about today's webinar. She will be the main speaker of this today's webinar. So, okay, Paroma, it's on you. Your mic is muted. Hello?
Yes.
Audible.
Welcome to all listeners. This is Paroma Sen, and I will be covering up the technical aspects of this webinar. So we will have it in a discussion way, right?
Yeah, definitely. So, Paroma, before we get to the main topic, let me just clear some things, like for whom this webinar is actually for. Like, who are the people who should take this webinar seriously?
See, all present here are surely like directly or indirectly connected with this field, or show keen interest to work here, but actually faces a huge gap to cope up with the realistic world. So we are aiming for these people. We are covering up for these people.
Okay, so basically we are dealing with architecture, civil engineering students, the diploma students. Though I see, I think no one is there from diploma, whatever. There are so many interior designing students and aspiring entrepreneurs. So basically, this is about them, right? Because we need to clear that in the beginning as well. Okay. So you are talking about the gaps, the problems that a student or an engineer or an architect face. So can you just briefly sum up those problems?
See, amongst all, some have the experience of internship or work experience, or we all have related to the problems that I also feel so. A huge gap between the theory that we have studied for 4 years, 5 years of diploma courses, uh, a huge gap that is this theory to the practical world. And one more thing I would like to emphasize is techniques. Many techniques that professionals use in the daily basis, we don't know that. That's why, we end up wasting time on it and lacking of the way how to represent our drawings. We don't know also that. And one personal opinion is that what I have faced, that is, there's a massive difference between the sketches and the realistic forms. It's very easy to sketch your ideas on a piece of paper, but then there's the challenge of transforming it to the realistic form. I think these are the problems that everybody can relate to it. Everybody, I would say.
Okay, okay. So basically we are talking about problems, right? So if you can just quickly tell us that what are the ways we can overcome these problems? So in my opinion, like what I think or I consider that maybe through some gaining some practical knowledge, we can overcome these problems, or maybe by work experience, because already many of our listeners are already working in the industry, and maybe by doing internship, we can get to know about what are the things that goes inside a particular job scenario on the market, where we can handle the real life client problems, like the interior designing clients. So we also need to learn from the experienced individuals. What do you think about that?
I would agree with this, that in this field, practical knowledge, going on to site, dealing with clients, this is very much important. And what this will teach, we can never learn in theory, I would say.
Okay.
Never.
So basically, to overcome these problems, we need someone like an expert who will guide us and tell us that what are the things it takes to implement your course knowledge into the practical world, like to get it into the work, right? So why we need experts? Because this is a very personal question. Because I have seen that there are a lot of lessons on YouTube where you can just search about interior designing and we can get those lessons directly from YouTube or other social media platform. So why do we need expert for this?
So see, social media is a great platform for teaching, for learning, for everything. It has changed our walls. But some disadvantages I would like to point out is number one, that is, uh, you can't balance. There's no consistency.
Okay.
Even if I am I'm learning something from social media, some software, maybe the icons is being hidden, maybe I don't know how to use it. Okay, so all I can do is I will comment there that this is my problem. He or she will answer. So it takes a lot of time.
There is
So
basically
I
no
think,
live interaction.
yeah. So you should always, it will be very easy if you directly talk to that person, solve the problem. This is very, very much easy, I would say. And
Yeah.
another thing is, if you have many things in option, you don't know what to choose. So the social media, on one topic, it has numerous amount of videos or learning sessions, but you don't know which one to choose. So for that reason, we all end up in taking everything, little from all the stuffs, and we can't reach the destination, I would say.
Basically,
So
we are
it
not getting
diverts
a
our
whole.
minds.
Yeah, yeah.
Concentration is gone. Yeah.
So, what are the objectives you think that we are going to achieve through this webinar or these kinds of practical training or expertise training you are talking about?
We are aiming for transformation from hand-drawn drawings to technical drawings. So interior decorators or architects, we represent our drawings, good renders, this, that, very. But your design, if it is going to be built,
Yeah.
if it is going to be built in real, you need to let others, let others know what's your design about. The laborers, the civils, they are going to build your building. So
So
they should
yeah,
understand. They
your
should
idea needs
understand
to
your
be
drawing.
transported through that particular drawing because the drawing
Yes.
is the only thing that will connect your idea to the one who is implementing it. So the drawing need to be technical. Is that what you are talking
Absolutely.
about?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Definitely, that's a
Yes.
good point you should consider.
Yeah. Another aim is transformation from hand-drawn views to realistic views. As I told you earlier, it's very easy to sketch your idea, but it becomes very difficult while transforming it. Maybe your facade strategy gets modified. Maybe your plan gets modified. So we all face a lot of things when we go to dimensions and scale. Yeah, I think everybody can relate to this.
Yeah, definitely.
Another thing is, transformation. Yes, so what I want to say is, we at first, during doing an interior project, we conceptualize something, like something is called a concept, but when we try to build it in real, many things gets modified. So I think you should make a balance between your concept and your modifications, your built up, your 3Ds.
So your creative design should be practical so that it
Yes.
can be implemented actually.
Yes.
Right.
And if some modifications are changing, change it into your plans.
Okay.
Yes. So we will be teaching you about AutoCAD. That is a 2D planning, and SketchUp for 3D planning. So in SketchUp, you will be understanding scale. When you are making such models, such designs, you will be understanding if your scale is perfect or not. You need to increase your scale. You will understand these views. Adding volume can modify your shading things or your facade strategy. Playing with your textures, if the texture is more loud, you need to make it like, light. Even when you are, inputting ventilation. So you can understand that the area, the space, if it is getting ample amount of light, or which space needs more light, you will understand that, and that's how you modify your design. Even when you're placing furniture, you will understand that, how much space it is taking. If I have ample amount of space to, to give lavish furniture, or if I have less amount of space, so maybe I will be using some folding furnitures.
So basically,
So
we need to
the next,
consider the client
yeah.
requirements, right? So we need to keep on mind those, that the exact need that client needs in our design. Okay. So there is a common thing that in saying that in general, the people who doesn't have a proper knowledge of interior design, they basically say this, which I have also mentioned here, that interior design is only about coloring and putting patterns on your texture. So what do you have to say about that?
So all I want to say is interior is just not coloring your walls and putting on furniture. It has a lot of aspects which you have to, relate to.
Okay, so our participants are demanding that they want to know more details and go into details of interior designing. So let them give a brief idea about what interior designing is. So please.
So in my opinion, it's an art or process of transforming an indoor space into comforting or habitable space, making sure it's fulfilling its purpose and functionality. So take it as an example. If you are designing an interior for an office, so people working there for 7 to 8 hours, you have to make sure that they have ample amount of light. If natural light is not possible, you have to provide artificial lighting.
Yeah.
A person sitting for 7 to 8 hours working in the computer, so he needs a proper seating which is comfortable. So and one more thing is, when a person, you have to even understand the psychology. If the person is sitting for 7 to 8 hours, he also needs some refreshment, some breakout space. He can't sit like that in that same position for so many hours. So this is how your design changes, your approach changes. There's a difference if person sitting in an office and a person relaxing in his own home, own lounge. So this is how it changes, your design changes, your furniture changes, your aspects changes. And we have divided this into 4 categories: formal, casual, 21st century, and retro inspired. So the next slides I will be talking about is Mediterranean style. So how we can relate that this theme is Mediterranean. Some aspects we can relate, just like in Mediterranean we use very light colors, white colors, light colors, wooden, too much use of wood. This is how we can ensure that this is that style that I'm talking about. The next slide talks about contemporary. So you can see how design of furniture changes, and it changes your theme, the sleekness, the less amount of space it is needed. And this is how we can understand this. Yes, I'm talking about contemporary style. The next style is Bohemian. So it's more of your more freedom of doing everything. It is more of celebrating life with soothing colors. So this is called Bohemian, where we can.
I also heard that this particular style is inspired by the tribal culture and all that. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
wild.
yeah.
That is why the
this is very wild, but at the same time, it's
very
quite
soothing.
simple. Yes.
Very natural. Yeah. Then we are talking about industrial. It is it is influenced by, in the architecture, the texture of the industries. It is being influenced like same materials to be used, that texture. This is called industrial. And then this is art deco. It comes from France. It's more of massive, glossy, stylish architecture, very very lavish. Yes, so talking about product designing, um, as I told you, interior is just not about placing furniture and coloring walls. As you can see, I have given some examples, just like you can see vodka bottle by architect Karim Rashid. So this architect has used the concept of English alphabet of V and K, and that is how his product has evolved. If you see the chair of the lovebirds, it fulfills the purpose. It is as well as functionable, and aesthetically it looks good, by Zaha Hadid. Even the awards, that are also products, because they have been designed, and they are being fulfilling the purpose and function, like furniture. All these comes under product design.
Okay. So basically, there are a lot of things that maybe many of us wouldn't have known that these also comes under this particular category of interior designing. So if you like quickly explain that, what are the major things we can understand, right?
Yes. So when it comes to interior designing, we all have these questions in our minds that you can see in the slides, like how to design a furniture, what will be its anthropometry, what material should I use, how to treat a wall if it's damp prone, how many tiles are required if the tiles are getting broken, what to do with those waste tiles, if I can engage them in my design, understanding the context, playing with a texture. Mood board is a very important thing that we do in the initial conceptual stage. We actually select the themes we are going to use, and that is how we work on it. Even detailing of false ceiling, HVAC, the AC plans, how many ACs are to be needed uh, for specific amount of space. Talking about design elements, orientation plays a big role. On which side of the wall should the bed should be placed? If the study table is getting ample amount of light, analyzing climatic factor, shading devices like pergola, jalis, sustainability, if what materials we are using are affecting the mother earth. We should use then local materials, sustainable materials. Talking about anthropometry and ergonomics. Ergonomics deals with the relation between the person who is using the space and the um, environment that is built. So it deals with psychology and barrier free designs as well.
So basically, there are a lot of things inside interior designing, right? Because in a most common concept, we might have been known till this far that interior designing only deals with like the design elements and only the aspects of a building. But there is a lot of psychology included in that, and many of us are unaware of this thing, right?
Absolutely. Talking about structural elements, you have to understand that columns and beams. Okay, so if there's a column and beam, how can I just hide it, or how to utilize it in my design? Walls, if they're not made of bricks, if they're of fly ash brick, if that is of mud, how to treat them? How to detail out doors and windows? If chhajja is necessary for a building, so we have to see if the building is in a cyclone prone zone or in a monsoon prone zone. Then you have to see that you have to modify your design in such a way that aesthetically the facade also looks beautiful, as well as it is functionable.
Definitely,
And
definitely.
same with
We
materials. Yeah.
we have a question from Pragya Das. She asks that if we take Vastu into consideration, what are the pros and cons that we can face? Well, I can answer this. Vastu are important because Vastu is not just random facts. There are scientific reasons behind Vastu, and Vastu should be considered. But at the same time, it is not very much important while you consider the other factors like your space optimization. The orientation of the building may be completely opposing or conflicting with the consideration of Vastus. So at that time, you are the one, you are the architect or the interior designer, whatever, or even maybe engineer, civil engineer. You have to take the decisions. What is the client's first priority? Is it the orientation of the building? Is it the orientation of the room? Because obviously the positioning of room also plays a greater role to accommodate more sunlight, more air, and all those things. But at the same time, everywhere it is not implementable. So you have to trade off in between those priorities, whether to apply Vastu or not. I think I have answered you, Pragya. And let the questions coming. If you have more doubts, you can ask the question in the chat box.
Okay,
Okay.
so we can go to the next slide.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So basically, whatever in this last few minutes you have said, that what are the things we can learn from interior designing, and as well as going outside of interior designing and considering the architectural facts. So what are the things we can just learn if you sum up all those things?
Yes.
Like
So
aside of interior designing, what are the or extra things we should learn? Yeah.
So first icon, you can see barrier-free design aspects. So when suppose you are designing a kitchen, you are designing it. So we think that yes, an average height person will be using. Suppose my client is a wheelchair accessible person. So obviously his reach is not up to the shelves. His shelves will come down. His kitchen will be designed in a different way. Its function will be different. We will be covering up all these things. Design strategy, I will say that suppose ramp, it takes a lot of space. So we will be knowing how we can design it in such a way so that it takes less space, and how we will be doing it. So we will be also learning about Vastu Shastra, shading devices. Shading devices, we will be covering up pergola and jalis. So these are aesthetically beautiful elements in our buildings, which gives passive solar light, uh, acts as partial barrier. So they have a lot of advantages. Standards to be followed, material selection and specification, technical detailings, how to do estimation of cost, and obviously we talked about the AutoCAD and the like SketchUp models.
Okay, that was quite interesting and a summary of what we can learn. And we have got a very good question from Kajal, that what is the scope for architect after BR in interior designing field? So to answer this question, like I would say that there are a lot of scope. Like after completing your BR, you can go for like you can take a course on interior designing. Okay, you can go for product designing, you can go for furniture designing, you can lot of options are there. And to more specifically answer your questions, Kajal, I would now like to introduce our special guest of today's evening, architect Purnima Sen, who has been working with the government of West Bengal. He has been an architect and he has years of experience in this field. So, ma'am, if you can just quickly like motivate us and tell us about what are the things it takes to become an interior designer as well as freelancing, and if you just quickly summarize your experience with us. Please, ma'am. Hello, ma'am, are you with us? Okay, I think there is some kind of issue. I will answer to the questions. that okay, sir, we okay, so someone, I cannot read your name, 4VUTH3, whatever, whoever you are. So you are asking that we can also learn from Revit software. So for what purpose we can learn interior design? So basically you are asking that why we should learn interior design. That is what we were talking about since till now. That we need to understand those psychology, the psychology of our client, the factors that affects from our environment, the things we need to consider, because you know all these things can play a big role in our design. You have to consider your client, you have to consider his concerns. So you need to have a better idea about interior designing, or else you will be just learning softwares and applying textures, but that may not be even useful for your client, right? Because ultimately at the end of the day you have to get the job and get it done, right? Okay, Mudita Singh has asked that nowadays many people prefer living in our apartments where they get all the facilities and there are very little scope of an interior designer there. So what's your say? Okay, so in this particular point of view, I'd like to say that yes, the maybe the room positioning and all the dimensions, all those are fixed, but you can play with the colors, you can play with the interior elements, like where to place furniture, what kind of furniture we need to use. Okay. Uh, okay, I think, okay, I think I need to unmute. I think ma'am is already waiting. I need to unmute her. Sorry for that particular interruption. Hello? Yeah, we can hear you. Ma'am, are you with us? Hello, ma'am.
Hello. A very good evening to all my listeners. Today I will be sharing you a brief idea about interior designing that will influence all the freshers aiming to work in this field. This field has a lot of scope to explore and is a good profession for your living. Nowadays, due to urbanization, many flats, shopping complexes,
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Can you be a more bit louder? Because the voice is not clear. Maybe you can hold the mic closer to your mouth.
Hello?
Yeah, now it's audible.
It's audible.
Yeah.
Okay.
a very good evening to all my listeners. Okay.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
A very good evening to all my listeners. Today I will be sharing you a brief idea about interior designing that will help influence all the freshers aiming to work in this field. This field has a lot of scope to explore and is a good profession for your living. Nowadays, due to urbanization, many flats, shopping complexes, IT hubs are coming up that creates a big demand to work in this field. It opens up doors for interior designers in working in different aspects. Now, let me brief you about how will you involve yourself in this field. For all the budding entrepreneurs, freshers, start observing all the spaces surrounded by you, like shopping mall, residences, restaurants, each and everything in detail.
Hello, is it audible now?
Yeah. Just it will be better if you just say it louder.
This
Because
is
it's
okay.
yeah, fine.
Okay.
Ma'am, you can continue. Hello.
I'll continue.
Yeah.
Nowadays, due to urbanization, many flats, shopping complexes, IT hubs are coming up that creates a demand to work in this field. It opens up doors for interior designers in working in different aspects. Now, let me brief you about how will you involve yourself in this field. For all the budding entrepreneurs, freshers, start observing all the spaces surrounded by you, like shopping mall, residences, restaurants, each and everything in detail. May it be just a wall, still it is important. You observe its color, texture, decorations, and any piece of work you like should be stored in your mind. It is not like interior is always a big budget. You should observe how you can change the ambience of the space just by using very minimalistic ideas. One more important part is understanding your client's demand and working as per his or her taste. Proper plans and views to be made for the client to approve is first. Then the next step is to provide a client with an estimation bills, making him or her understand about tax, profits, and other overheads. If that is being approved, then set up an office unit for your working purpose so that you can deal with your clients and workers for change of decisions and meetings. Then you have to produce drawings that can be understandable by the laborers. One should also take their point of views for the betterment of the process and guide them for the easy completion of the project. You will be needing a team of electricians, carpenters, masons who will be helping you for completion of the job. Concluding my speech, I would like to say this is how you need to deal with your clients, understand them, taking approval of them, taking every bill transparent and socializing with your workers will lead the progress towards success. I hope my words will help you for your future. So I will end my speech here. Thank you for being such patient listeners.
Thank you so much, ma'am, because I think those words were really motivating. And during your speech, we got a lot of questions from the participants, and I am guaranteeing you guys, I will answer to each one of them. Don't hurry up, don't worry, because there will be a Q&A session. Yeah, obviously, Rahul, there will be a Q&A session at the end of the webinar, and we have already come to the end of the webinar, but there is a big announcement. And I think 80% of the questions will be already be answered by this particular announcement. So was it helpful, like on serious note, until this far? Apart from the questions that you have right now in your mind, was it helpful? Like at least those who are new to interior designing, they might have got some few idea brief about what interior designing is and what are the elements that are involved in interior designing and how you can excel in this field. Okay, so but the main point comes up at application. You may take a individual interior designing course. You can gain a lot more technical knowledge. I have just focused on the overview. So, but until unless you apply those interior designing knowledge, because you know this is such a skill, interior designing, you cannot just sit and draw on your own on a piece of paper in your house, because you need to, you know, that apply those particular drawings. You will be demanding that my design should also be constructed somewhere. It should be applied to the practical field, right? So here is the things, few of the things I have written down that where you can apply this. Maybe you can go for interior designing where you can apply this knowledge. Maybe you can become a home decor expertise, and modular housing, which is quite a bit demandable right now these days, and product design, obviously the furniture design, the jewelry design, the design of a different set of products, huge range of products. These also come as a bifurcated branch of interior design. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say that you will be becoming a freelancer. Even if you work under certain organization or whatever it may be, but you can start something on your own by becoming a freelancing interior designer or maybe becoming a freelance architect. So there is a huge scope of freelancing. Now the questions comes, so many students have already asked that how we can deal with clients and how we can start like, interior designing. What are the things it takes, right? So many of you have had the same questions. Just let me know who has the same questions in their mind, that what measures, okay, Will Matthew says that what measures do we take for an affordable interior design in terms of cost and material? Definitely, I'll also answer to that. So I'm just asking, do you have the same question in your mind, that how can I become a freelancer in this particular field? Just let me know in the comment chat box. Just type YYY for yes, and if no, then no. Don't worry. So you might be wondering like that there are a lot of courses and all that we can learn in interior design, but how we can apply those actually? Because even after completing our courses, I got that that you don't get that particular confident on you are not confident enough to become that particular freelancer artist. Okay, so what you need, I would say that you need some kind of experience. But let me correct you. Experience doesn't always mean that you have to work for years to strive and to get that particular knowledge and apply it to the work. Experience can be from anywhere. It can be from an internship. It can be your friend's firm or your relative's firm where you can work for a few years or few days, or who can just take you through one complete project, so that at least you will understand a small, even very small project from the very beginning to the very end. Okay, so why internship? Why it is important? Now I'm coming to my topic, that big announcement. So why internship is important? First of all, a practical exposure. Okay, you will get a very practical, real life scenario, working space where you can relate the thing that you have learned and how you are applying. What is the graph? What are the dots that you need to connect, right? Then you'll be dealing with clients. You'll be interacting with the clients. The major issue that faces that, even I have observed in my past few years, that most of the freelancer, maybe some of you are already doing some side freelancing works. Just let me know in the chat boxes who are doing freelancing work. Just raise your hand. I. Like you are doing freelancing work side by side. Because you know what happens. Someone will come to you and ask that please do some interior works, or maybe build a 3D model for me. You will do the work from them and they will pay you a very less amount. You know why? Because they consider that you are a student. You have no expertise or no experience. And that is quite true. But at the same time, if you counter questions them that, sir, if I meet your expectations, if I can fulfill what you are exactly demanding, so wouldn't you pay me the same fees that you would have paid to an experienced professional? Okay, so here comes the question that what are the client's demand? So you need to get to this, involved to those scenarios where you will directly talk with clients, interact with them, and also discuss about the budget. And also you will negotiate the price, you will close the deals. So you need to learn all those strategies to become a freelancer, because freelancing is not only about doing some or using your talent to sell. You are not doing only selling your talent, right? At the same time, you will be doing business. So you need to have that particular client scenario built up where you will dealing with clients. So there is a very big difference between what you get to learn in college. The college projects, you will get a small project, you will do it within a stipulated time, you will submit, you will get good marks. But what about the real life when you step out of college? Just let me know. Are you confident enough to deal with the practical life scenarios? Like when you will be facing real life clients, you don't know how to proceed. You don't know how to get a meeting done, how to meet with them, right? So getting a job to submitting a project, a real project, which will ultimately be implemented in the site, that is completely a different thing. So that will come from internship. And connecting the dots between theory and practical knowledge that we have been already talking from since the beginning of this webinar. We need to connect those dots, right? So let me introduce you, hold your excitements, because we have something really interesting for you, the DEAN Architectural Internship. Okay, we are organizing an 1-month internship program from 1st July, where we will be discovering the topics of architectural planning. You will be taught, then you will be taught how to do 3D modeling, then interior design, which already a few overview we have got from this particular webinar, then the deal closing strategies. Obviously, the detailed drawing will also be covered in the architectural planning portion, Sumita. Okay, so and also the deal closing strategies also include the representation thing and all that. So I will just quickly go to the main thing. The thing is that you will basically, this internship program will be of 1 month, where we'll be learning about all these freelance architecture works. Even though I know that interior designing is not a part of architecture, but at the same time you need to learn interior design, because you know you will most of the time you'll be dealing with interior designings only beside architecture works. So you will be trained by national award winning trainers under DEAN, and at the end of internship you will get a 1-month internship experience certificate. At the same time, on the basis of your performance, maybe you get a chance to get a 6-month internship from us. Okay, so coming to the next thing, that what we will do in the internship, basically we'll learn how to work with clients. Okay, because you know, in a workplace, in an office, DEAN is an let me tell you about DEAN. DEAN is an engineering and architectural firm. We basically deal with clients of different categories. We deal with their architectural works, interior works. We deal with structural detailing and works. We also do some construction jobs and site monitoring jobs and all that. So we have also our construction sector, but I will just focus on the architecture and interior designing part. So basically what we will do inside this internship, we will learn how to work with clients. We will learn how to negotiate and close the deals. This is something nobody will teach you. Okay, nobody will teach you how to close deals and negotiate with clients, because this is something it comes from the experience, and I will share the experience myself with you. Then we will be confident enough and able to initiate the thinking. Because when you take a project from a client, you just note down his requirements and all that, right? But then how to start thinking of the project. It's not like you just randomly note down the points and open the software and start plotting. No, never. You have to start thinking. You have to plan accordingly. You have to break down the whole project into small parts. You have to understand that this is the goal I need to first achieve. Then I have to achieve to this level, and then the complete entire project will be done. Okay, so these are the things you will learn under this internship. And then after your planning part is completely done, we'll go back to the basics. We'll go back to the basic theories, which we will finally implement in the softwares. We'll work with softwares, some 2D drafting softwares and some 3D modeling softwares as well, the rendering and all those parts, like the complete package, what it takes to completely finally present a design to a client. Okay, and obviously we will incorporate the client requirements and start working on them, and we'll get the job done. But it doesn't end here. Many of you have already asked that how will I represent my drawing and all those. So this part will also be included. You will be taught how to finally represent your work to the client. So this is also important. And I personally feel that if you completely go through this particular training or all these steps, you will learn a very much practical knowledge. You will gain a lot of practical knowledge. Okay, and you will learn how to basically survive in the real world. You know, the outcome of this internship, you will be confident enough to pick up any kind of independent project. I would not say any kind of independent projects because there is a variety of project range. We will be basically focusing on dwellings, the residential houses, because those are the number of projects, you know, these are very frequent projects. You can easily pick up those. You can obviously cannot pick up a industrial project with such kind of zero experience, and I can say. So obviously we will be focusing on the very basics. You will learn how to deal with client. You will be confident enough in terms of speaking and how to close the deals, how to charge for what you are working for, you know, because your hard work will bring all these things. So that's why it all takes a lot of things. We'll also learn the basics of architectural freelancing work. We'll experience real life working environment, how to work in a particular office, and obviously you'll get an internship certificate. And your performance can bring a 6-month internship offer from there, right? Okay. And now comes to the main part. Obviously, many of you have been asking that what is the pricing. So before I get back to our pricing, I would like to represent in front of you the market pricing for this kind of particular courses. First of all, there is no such kind of courses in market right now, believe me. But still, I will break down this particular internship in terms of different small courses and compare the prices. So for a basic architectural planning course, where you will be just taught how to draft and all this, you will be charged. I'm talking about the medium level course providers. Okay, this is not the high end course providers, because they will charge a lot more than this range. And if we talk about 3D modeling, it may cost around something 3,000 to 8,000. In terms of landscape designing, there are very few selective online courses. They will cost you around 4,000. Then interior designing, this is the costliest one among those, and it may cost around 5,000 to 10,000. And obviously the last and my, my favorite part, the client dealing strategies, because I know you guys are creative, you guys want to work, everything is fine. But what happens, you work all the day, you put all your energies and hard work to get a job done, and at the end of the day, you are being paid very less. Isn't that injustice to your hard work? So along with the technical knowledge and the implementation thing and all those every aspect, you also need to understand how to deal with clients, how to charge them on which basis, and also will include the estimation part, right? So this is something nobody will teach you, because the private firms, they have their business strategies to teach them this. So this is something I will personally share with you. So I consider this as priceless. Obviously, this has no market price. Okay. So if we sum up all those things, it will cost you around between 12,000 to 27,000. So what do you think? 12,000 for a 1 month internship. Is that price good? Let's be honest. I'll reply to anything you say. Is that honest? Like we can charge 12,000 for an internship. Okay, let me consider that you are just students. You are already paying a lot of fees in your college. Okay, Pragya, no, not at all. Fine, definitely. Have your opinion, honest opinion. I like honest opinions. Akshat, Kajal, okay, no, many of, okay, fine. Let me consider discount. How much discount you want? Just tell me those percentage. 10%, 20%, 50%. What are the amount of discount? If you are at all interested to this kind of courses or internship where you will get a practical exposure, what kind of discount you expect? 80%, okay, that is quite a big number. 75% free, okay, but nothing comes with free, you know, everything comes with a cost. Okay, 90%, okay, Ashutosh. Okay, so many of you are wondering if it is 90%. Okay, so as the people is demanding, let me give you a 90% off. Yeah, I'm not joking. 90% off. Obviously at 12,000. Is this price acceptable now? What do you say, guys? A 90% off. And let me clear you one more very important thing. the 1200 rupees we will be charging for this particular internship for 1 month period of time. This is no hidden charges, nothing at all. You will pay 1200 rupees one time. You will do your internship via Zoom call, obviously, and you will get an internship certificate at the end of 30 days. And I assure you, at the end of internship, you will be confident enough, very much confident about to just like dive into the market and work for this. And many of you might be wondering that like ye kya ho raha hai? Like what are you doing? Like you just say that this is 12,000 and you are just straight away giving us 90% off. Let me tell you, I am doing this particular internship for free. This 12,000 rupees, 1200 rupees is basically the conduct charges. The conduct charges for the internet, the conduct charges for the purchasing a Prime Zoom account, the conduct charges to pay my tutors and all those experts. That is for all. We are not charging anything for the software, even if we will provide you the software. So you are not being charged for anything. We are just being charged for a minimal price, that is because the conduct charges. And so now I will come to a unique concept. This is the last part of this session, because you know this is something very personal and close to my heart. I would request that everyone please you be patient and listen to this. So what is the unique concept? The unique concept is that there is no such similar course, training or internship program like this in this market right now, where you will be taught from the very beginning of picking up a project to get it done, everything at once. Okay, we aim to build a community, not a business. I think you already have understood that. If I were into business, I could have easily given you a 10-20% discount, or maybe just straight away charge 10,000 rupees for this, because you will cover a lot of topics, a varieties of topics. So I'm not into business. I'm about to build a community, right? And the most important thing is that we can teach you something, we can torch you the path, but you will be the one to walk alone on this path on your own, because you have to face the market on your own. We can make you confident enough to face the market, but we cannot just hold your hand like while you'll be progressing in your career, right? So how this internship will profit there? This is very cocky, and you know this question maybe some of you have already wondering that, okay, these guys like they're doing bug and all those stuffs very also, how will this profit them? Because you know, if something doesn't profit us, why will we waste our labor behind it? So here is something personal and my feeling about how it will profit us. We'll come in contact with Face Talents, first of you. So you are the guys who are the Face Talents we are looking for. We are looking for some interns. We will be offering you the deserved ones, obviously. A 6-month internship offer. You will work under us. We will be dealing real projects, and you will also be paid for that. But obviously, the clause, if you are eligible enough, and that we can easily understand during your performance in the during the internship. Apart from that, our successful accomplishment will bring us popularity through our beneficiaries. You are the people who will be benefited from the course, and if you are benefited, I am not going to brag about this course. You will be the one who will tell your friends, because I know that if someone really gets benefited from a particular source, they will definitely refer that to others, and that's where we win, right? We believe in numbers, and the last and the most important one, we'll move one step closer to our mission of the 1 billion family. You know, from childhood, I have been a dream of becoming a billionaire. And as I grown up, I understand the market and realize that in 2020, in 20th century, the concept of billionaire is not like about making a billions in, you know, cash or in monies. It's not about making dollars or rupees. It's not about making billions of monies in month. It's about teaching or making 1 billion individual confident enough, or to you know, making them able to earn. So I will earn through you. Let me just not get wrong. Just take an example. Even if among these 100 of participants that are listening to me right now, if even one of you gets to accomplish his career after the end of this internship, will not that be successful for me? Will not he or she will remember me? Just tell me that. Obviously, if people genuinely get benefited, they always become generous and they always become loyal. So that is my dream. I want to build a big community of 1 billion family where we will have a big community. We'll come together, we'll share our experiences, we'll also interact and make solutions for whatever problems you are facing. Okay, yeah, definitely, Satyam, you will get a certificate for this. Satyam, let me tell you something that you are a student. I can assure from you this question, okay? Because the students are always concerned about certificates. So obviously, you will get a 1-month internship certificate at the end of this particular course. But what is the more important thing is when you go to a client and take a real deal which will earn you money, will he ask that, beta, what is your certificate? Show me whether you have done interior designing course and all that. Will he ever ask? You will bring your portfolio with yourself. You'll show them that sir or ma'am, I have done this works. Nobody will question you, okay, what certificates you have. Your works, your hard work will speak for yourself. So certificate is not important at all, but still, obviously, we will give you a certificate from there. Obviously, we will give you an internship certificate because maybe that certificate adds some value to your CV, which will ultimately get you a good opportunity to get into a job. But the ultimate aim of this particular internship is that you learn something. You learn something from us. You are confident, independent enough to face the real world. You can independently pick up new projects. And that is the main aim of our internship. So how to enroll for this? You can straightly go to www.deyan.in. You can enroll there. And also the WhatsApp group that you have been added already. We will be sharing the details there as well. You can enroll to this internship. It's completely your wish that how you want to proceed. Because not everyone is interested in entrepreneurship or freelance, you know. So any questions? Yes, now I'll answer to these questions. Okay, Gaurika Mehta. She has asked, even though we learn in the internship, we are simultaneously working for the firm or the respected office. We get paid for that work. So paying to get an internship is not what we are looking for. See, Gaurika, we will not be, during this 1 month of internship period, we'll just give you a client practical requirement, okay, on which you will start working. And every one of you will be working on the same project. We'll take you throughout the process, the whole process, how the things actually work from very beginning, like taking the project in your hand to submission, everything. And I have already said that this charge we are making, this is just to bear up the conduction of this program. Or else I could have charged in thousands. But my aim is not making money, as you can understand, because we already have a firm, we have a construction sector. So why am I into this? Because I have something personal which I love people. I love connecting with people. I myself will be present there as a trainer. Let me know you that I am a structural engineer. I will be taking throughout those plannings and all that. So I will teach you how to deal with clients. I have won 2 national awards, one from IIT Bombay, the ENCO Steel, and one from Ministry of Steel, India, the Civil Designing Challenge. So I don't want to brag about this all because this is totally unnecessary. But I just want to say you that I will share my experience, my expertise, and that's all. If you are not interested, that's completely your decision. Obviously, there is nobody who is forcing you. But I am showing you a path which you can opt. Okay, Apur Jain, sir, will you guide in our projects? Definitely. If after you completely successfully register, you will be added to a new WhatsApp group to which will be connected. We'll be talking daily. We'll be having sessions daily for the 30 days. And after you complete this particular job, you'll obviously be in our mind, right? will be in our interns list. So obviously we will help you. And that is my motto, to educate, to make able 1 billion people or 1 billion individual confident enough so that they can start freelancing or they can start their entrepreneurial career. Because I also have worked in a construction company, that is HCC, Hindustan Construction Company, and I have a vivid experience on that. Okay, so I understand that working in a company is something different, and doing something on your own, which I'm doing right now. How much independent I am. What are the softwares you will be focused on? Okay, Pragya, I obviously there will be 2D softwares and 3D modeling softwares and rendering engines and all those stuff. Our architects will take care of that. I'll not much focus on that. Obviously, there will be AutoCAD and other, those 3D stuffs and all that. I'm a structural engineer and a business specialist. So basically, I don't deal with that. I will teach you some part of this particular course. But rest of the things will be taken care of by these professional architects. Poroma will be there, and also another architect will be there. And maybe there will be some sessions from the expertise, also the guest lecture sessions, all those. Okay. So, any more questions? What are the timings for the internship? Timings, I think it will be decided. We will have a poll for you guys after once you get enrolled to the you get into that WhatsApp group. We'll discuss the timing there. We'll make a suitable timing, because I know that many of you are already having colleges. So the colleges haven't started yet, but you might have online classes and all that. So we'll adjust that accordingly. We will recording videos of sessions or not? No, Trisha, this will not be allowed. We'll be able to take notes. If you want something, maybe we can arrange in personal with you. But no, you will not be allowed to record that. You can take screenshots, but no, because the slides. What are the slides? There is nothing inside a slide. Everything is with the words that will come out from my mouth. Okay, so you cannot record that. I'll not allow you to record that. Sorry. So what softwares will you be teaching us? Again, the same questions. The architect will take care of that. Okay, Kajal, can you please give some sort of brief about 1 month training, like how it is going to be and how much time each daily? See, there will be a daily 1 hour session. If you want, we can extend that to 1.5 hours or maybe 2 hours. But I don't think that will be good, because you already having your other works and stuff to do, right? So 1 hour will be sufficient, I guess. So 30 hours internship will be. It will be a very rush. I know there are a lot of things to cover up. You have to catch up our speed at the same time. But yes, there will be doubt clearing sessions even after end of 30 days internship. There will be doubt clearing session in between as well, because we have divided the internship into 4 parts. So after each part ends, there will be 3 days doubt clearing sessions. We will discuss your doubts and all that. Gaurika Mehta, but I already have an experience of internship and I know the things that we learned there. That's really good. The procedure of dealing with clients, etc. Still, I was curious about the interior designing knowledge, and I'm interested in gaining more knowledge, but still paying for it. I don't think that it's fine. I'm interested in gaining more knowledge, but okay, I don't get your point right now. Okay, you have already experienced. That is very good. That is really good. You should more focus on that. I'm concerned about the the students basically. So Gaurika Mehta, I guess you are already a freelancer, right? So you might already be dealing, and you also I know that you also share the same feeling as well as me. Like how we are struggling in this kind of situation and what are the things we are facing. You might be facing the same. So definitely go ahead. Okay, is there any assignments or daily basic tasks? No, there will be one single project that you will start and end. Every one of you will do the same project. Don't think that we'll take our projects and give you those as assignments and get that done from you. No, we are not that cheap. There will be one particular project, the same project everyone will be doing, and we will be learning from that project. The main aim is to learn from the starting to the big end. You need to learn this. How to sell your product, how to sell what you are creating, because you know most of us, you would be might be the creative persons. So you need to learn a lot about business and all that. That will be my contribution around that. Okay. Kashorina, I am working in a company now. It will be good for me if the timing will be after 19. We'll see that. We'll have a voting poll. Maybe we can break this particular internship into 2 groups with 2 different timings. We'll see all those things. Okay, sir, we will be given. Okay, no, nothing hypothetical. Everything I will share with you a very simple project that we already got, that we already designed, that we already constructed. I'll give you such type of a project. Okay. So you can, at the end, you can also compare between the results you are doing and already we have done. So don't worry about that. Everything will be practical. You will be given a real life client scenario. Also, we will be have some fun. You know, we will be arrange 1 or 2 client dealing sessions where I will be present there as an freelancer and you will be my client. You will be asking random questions from a client point of view and I will answer your questions and I will show you how to deal with clients. Okay. And Akshan Sahu, are AutoCAD Revit CDS Max included in this internship? Because I have already done 2 softwares among this. Listen, Akshay. I think many of you are getting doubted about software. This internship is not only about softwares. I think you are not getting it. Obviously, you will be taught softwares. You will not be taught softwares. You will be taught how to implement your knowledge through the softwares, how to work with the softwares. I am not the dumb fuck to like teach you how to remember 100 commands in AutoCAD. No, never. I will never do that. Who am I to teach you 100 commands in AutoCAD? Because if you see in the real life, you will be needing only 10 to 12 commands. That will be sufficient for you to build those projects. So why I will be wasting my time on teaching you 100 commands? So if you, let me clear this thing. This is very good question actually, Akshay. If you are coming to learn only software from this internship, don't come. Please don't come. Because we are not aiming for softwares. I am repeating again and again. I am making you independent and confident enough. We will not be dealing with softwares only. My aim is not about teaching you softwares. My aim is about making you independent. Okay, make you confident enough so that you can start your freelancing or your entrepreneurial job on your own. Sir, which software is best for 3D model? It's CDS Max or SketchUp? Listen, Muskan. Okay, let me answer this question. You know, there is nothing called best in this world. Everything depends on your requirements. It will depend on the project. Okay. For example, if you want to detailedly design a furniture or maybe detailedly design some elements, CDS Max is a high-end software. It has high good quality of rendering capabilities and all that. Obviously, with full-end customizations and all that, it is a bit complicated as well. So that is for that purpose. And SketchUp is for the architects who are like they have got some, like as an architect, maybe you have got some idea in your mind and you are just quickly you want to plot or draft that into the software within half an hour or 1 hour maybe. At that time, SketchUp will help you a lot because it's a very simple and the interface is so easy, and every software has its different purpose. Revit has its own different purpose. Revit has its own preset doors, windows, and all those stuffs. What it takes to like you can just drag and drop all those things. So every software has its own purpose. You cannot compare on them like what is the best. If I ask you that who is best, architects or engineers, what will you say? You cannot compare something like that. Okay, everyone has a specialty on their own, and you also should have one specialty inside you. Okay, Apur Jain, is 1 month is sufficient for this harsh question? But this is a very good question. I also asked myself. Okay, so I have discussed with my team since last 2 months that like how to implement this course, and we have compacted and make it crisp so that we get to point. Obviously, the things we are going to cover is not sufficient to learn in 1 month, but we'll make sure that you learn it. Okay, it's not like you cannot learn it. Okay, if you have like basics ideas, you are from an engineering background or even an architecture background, you will quickly catch up those things. And one more thing, obviously, if you just only for software, please don't come, because you will not get to learn AutoCAD. You will get to learn how to apply AutoCAD in a project. Learn the difference. Okay, you will not get to learn AutoCAD, but you will learn how to apply AutoCAD in your project. That is the difference. Obviously, we'll be talking about some commands and all those technical stuff and shifts, but obviously, don't come only for softwares. If you are really interested to learn something new and make something on your own, you can join. The link might already have been shared with you. So, Sandeep, on what basis will you hire for 6 month internship? See, during this 1 month internship, from your outputs and your performance, we'll obviously analyze those results and we'll see who are the like confident enough. Okay, then we'll make an internship offer to them. If you agree, okay, there will be a online interview session or maybe offline one. I think online will be easier in this situation. Then we'll have a online interview session, and from that interview, you will be hired as an intern. And obviously, it will be a paid internship. We will pay you for the projects and all that. So that will be that will be a different part. Sir, it's right. As an entrepreneur, I can feel this. Yeah, definitely, I can. The reason is that where we connect that we both are entrepreneurs. We want to create something different to this world. Okay, so coming back to the slides. So here is how I see these things. That our main motto in all these past years have been, we aim to empower the youth to empower the nation. Because you guys are the future of this nation. And the 1 billion family I'm talking about, just imagine the day when 1 billion people will be confident enough and they will have one thing in common. That will be us. That is my achievement. That is my, whatever you say. That is the whole more main point of view. That will be my ultimate achievement. And business and all that will come along. I don't care about business. Okay. So with that note, I'd like to conclude my session. Thank you all. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much for having the patience. And at this same, I would like to conclude that think, process, and take actions. Because there are creative people who think a lot, who come up with creative ideas. They also process the ideas, whether it is practically feasible or not. But the ultimate thing you need to do is taking action. You need to take action or else your ideas will die. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. If you are heading to the internship, it has already been shared in the group. You can register there and you will be added to a new group. Don't worry. Have a good day and stay home, stay safe. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.